Many women deal with domestic violence. Many of them don't even receive proper help and support in such situations. Women experiencing domestic violence are prone to problems like depression, panic attacks, phobias, anxiety, and sleeping disorders. Almost all survivors deal with some level of mental health issues, which is that moment when your partner has crossed a line, which is the moment you should search for support or file a complaint. We are committed to being the voice of change for women. We try our best to bring information that women might need in different situations of their lives. And today we are here with one such video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel.
Domestic violence is a deeply concerning issue that can affect people of all genders, age, and backgrounds. Women have been facing this issue for a very long time in our society. But what to do if someone is suffering from domestic violence? Where to find help? Whom to talk to? Let us find some answers to some of the major questions about domestic violence and where can someone suffering from it find help. Our goal is to raise awareness, provide support, and encourage dialogue about domestic violence. Remember, you're not alone and help is available. Let's begin. Is domestic violence only about the physical abuse?
It is an act of violence that can inflict physical, mental, and sexual harm on a person. This might sound simple, but domestic violence instances always involve a lot of complications. Understanding and identifying abuse can also be a very difficult task. डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस या घरेलू हिंसा किसी भी रिश्ते में अब्यूजिव बिहेवियर या अपमानजनक व्यवहार का एक पैटर्न है which is used to control the partner at any possible cost. In the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, the definition of domestic violence includes all forms of abuse ranging from शारीरिक शोषण, यौन शोषण, मौखिक और भावनात्मक दुर्व्यवहार और आर्थिक शोषण. Any form of danger to a woman's life or sanity is counted as abuse and is punishable by Indian laws.
How does domestic violence impact a woman's life?
Women experiencing domestic violence are prone to problems like depression, panic attacks, phobias, anxiety, and sleeping disorders. They suffer from high stress levels and are at an increased risk of committing suicide. The effects of domestic violence can be both short-term and long-term. The short-term physical effects of violence can include bruises, cuts, broken bones, or injuries to organs. Some physical injuries are difficult or almost impossible to see without scans, x-rays, or other tests done by a doctor or a nurse. The long-term effects include health problems like arthritis, asthma, heart problems, migraines, and many others. Almost all survivors deal with some level of mental health issues. Sexual violence can also affect women's perceptions of their own bodies. If the woman is pregnant or has children, the impact of violence is even more.
Is there no scope for this situation to improve? Should people endure this abuse in the hope of the situation getting better someday?
Even if your partner might show signs of improvement or make you believe that the abuse won't be repeated, it's not always true. Abusive relationships often fall into a never-ending cycle or pattern of violence. First, a violent episode occurs, followed by excuses to shoo away the problem. Then comes the honeymoon phase when everything seems better and things are gradually returning to a normal routine. And right then, out of the blue, comes another violent episode. This gets repeated over and over in shorter durations.
So then, how can one break free from this cycle of continuous episodes?
Firstly, women should not tolerate even a single abusive instance. Women need to raise their voice the very first time a violent episode occurs. Approach friends and family, close neighbors. Many times communities and families fail to provide women with the support they need. That is when women can take the help of organizations and NGOs that tirelessly work to eliminate domestic violence. If you have already faced many instances of violence, do not delay any further. Get the support you need today. There are different ways to file a complaint against domestic violence. You can visit the nearest police station and get in touch with the protection officer, or you can approach the national or state commissions for women. If you cannot access both these options, call or go to the Department of Women and Child Development in your district. You can also approach nearby NGOs who are dealing with domestic violence.
Lastly, how can someone recover from the mental trauma that domestic abuse must have caused?
If you're not comfortable talking about domestic violence with your friends or family, then there are others you can speak to. She-Rose helps you to talk to professional counselors and learn about your legal rights in abusive situations. All India helpline provided by the National Commission for Women is one such other alternative. Girls Bus Community Forum is one place where you can share anything or ask questions, and that too anonymously. We have shared some details and links in the description section. You can also check our blog on domestic violence against women for more details on where to seek support. घरेलू हिंसा से उबरना एक लंबा रास्ता है और इसके लिए पेशेंस, स्ट्रेंथ और बातचीत बहुत जरूरी है. It might not be easy to trust yourself or anyone else. You may feel like you are constantly second guessing your decisions and that you will never be able to move on from what has happened to you. It's important to remember that you are not alone and help is available. Therapists who specialize in domestic violence survivors can provide the guidance and tools necessary for starting your healing process. With time and effort, survivors of domestic violence can begin to rebuild their lives and find hope for the future. There is no one right way to rebuild your life after domestic violence. Take things one day at a time and focus on taking care of yourself. Seek out support from friends, family, or support groups. When you are ready, start making decisions about your future. In our series on toxic relationships, we also talk about how you can end toxic relationships. We will put that description below as well. Just trust that you need not live like this and you can get through this. You will be able to create the life you want for yourself.
So these were some effective answers to some of the most common questions surrounding domestic violence. Remember, it is not healthy for anyone to endure any kind of abuse. Most people keep enduring trauma and pain because they believe their partners can improve. But it rarely ever happens. Make sure to break free from a toxic relationship before it takes a toll on your mental health.
If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Please do share this video with anyone who you think might need this information, and please be that pillar for your friend or family in need.